Hey everyone, I'm Amanda Massi and welcome to my YouTube channel, Massi Stylist. Today, I have such exciting news. I styled a Grammy winner. It's just like such a moment in my career that I'm so excited about, and I want to share with you the behind the scenes on how I got the perfect look for my client who won a freaking Grammy. And then for the skincare portion of today's episode, I want to talk to you about 5 very common skincare mistakes that you're probably doing and how to fix them. But first, let's talk about my outfit of the day. I'm very blue, but I'm not emotionally blue, just outfit blue. I really like to do tone on tone colors and really commit to that color. And then the reason that I chose to do white shoes is because of the pearl details on the top. I thought it'd be kind of nice to do like a really stark, bold white shoe. These shoes are by Steve Madden. They have like a really interesting heel in the back, which makes the shoe actually more comfortable. It's actually called a dancer heel. So you'll see a lot of performers on stage or salsa dancers have this style of heel where it's very thin at the top and then actually broadens out towards the base of the heel so that you have more security, but also you have that lift. Little tidbit secret. This skirt, oh my gosh, I probably just got it some hole in the wall place. It's just a really easy, lightweight, shifty little silk skirt, which is so cute. And then this top is, you know, it's vintage. There's a brand that no longer exists, but the brand is called Nanette Lepore. I purchased this maybe like 10 years ago, but I just have held on to it all these years. And then this oversized sweater I got from a store in downtown LA called Niodi. It's unisex, one size fits all type of brand, really, really unique pieces. And their quality is amazing and their price point, I don't know how they get the prices they do. It's not like super, super cheap, but like you would think this sweater would be like a $500 sweater. It is not. I'm not gonna tell you how much it is because you have to go check it out for yourself. But great quality, great price point, really great find, Niodi in downtown LA. Okay, enough about my outfit. Let's talk about the outfit for my Grammy winning client, Susan Carroll. So happy for her. Her nickname is Big Sue, but now her nickname is Grammy Sue. She is such an amazing woman. She's so talented. She's an R&B singer, and she was nominated for Best Traditional R&B Performance for the song Good Morning. She was featured on that song with PJ Morton. So we were all very excited that she got nominated. I was just absolutely elated at the opportunity to style her. When we first met, we met at like a cafe and we talked about what she's looking for, what her aesthetic is, kind of what my vision is for her. And then I put together a few mood boards so that we can really iron out the kinks and really hone in on what her statement is going to be. Her best friend really knows her style as well. And so she was an intricate part in really informing me of a clear style direction that I should head into. And then I expand on that with all my resources in the fashion world and all the designers that I have relationships with. So we met again, we went over the mood board, we made some other tweaks, and what I love most about Susan is she was like, okay, go. Do your thing, pick the clothes out, I'm gonna love it. She was very hands-off during the process, and every client is a little bit different. Some clients want to see every single lookbook, really feel participatory in the process of selecting the looks, and then other clients are like, I am too busy to deal with this, I don't care, I trust you. And that was really how Susan was, which I don't mind either one, but at the end of the day, I feel like you have to trust your stylist, and I do this every single day. So I just feel like you gotta trust who you're working with. So I really appreciate clients that let me do my thing. All right, so some of the behind the scenes on how I get these looks. I thought about filming it, but at the end of the day, it's just me sitting at a computer sending hundreds of email requests. And I'm not exaggerating, hundreds. I don't do anything else for 4 days but do outreach to designers. So the Grammys are in February, right? It's the very first week of February. So January is when I do my outreach, so that there's time to get things shipped in, there's time for people to reply to my emails. But what you have to understand is that January, February, and March are the busiest times at the start of the year. We have award season, we have fashion month, we have all the sports, we have the Super Bowl. What else is going on? We have huge premieres. This year we had huge movie premieres of Dune and what's that Spider-Man movie that came out? Miss Webb or something along the lines. But it's a big movie with like Sydney Sweeney. So there's a lot going on. And when you combine award season with fashion month, I got so many different emails being like, we are inundated with requests, which is like really painful to hear. But it's nothing personal. It's just there's one piece of a sample, one sample to circulate through the entire world. So obviously the showrooms have to be very specific on who they loan wardrobe out to and what the purpose is. So there's a lot of different factors into why showrooms will say yes to some projects and no to other projects. It was a really big help that Susan was nominated for a Grammy. I think a lot of designers were a little bit shy because she's not a newer artist, but I think in the world of music, people are just becoming very familiar with her. So I really, well, like any client, I really rely on my relationships to persuade the designer or the showroom that like, yes, you need to permit me to get this look from you. You know what my history is. You know that I work with people that, you know, do what they say they're going to do with the posts and the tag, which is another big component too is, you know, designers want their credit. Like we all want our credit. So I really tell my clients that you need to do a post, you need to do a tag, you have to show the designer love because they're sending you things on press credit. So if they don't get their credit, it's like nothing's for free. You can't just like wear free clothes and then not credit who gave it to you or where it came from. So it's really professional when you follow through on what your commitments are. And Susan was an absolute dream. She got a ton of great photos. We got amazing red carpet photos when she got her award. She got, you know, obviously that video and got a lot of BTS. So all the designers are really happy. So with that, the designers are more likely to loan with me because I work with people that follow through on what their commitments are. So after I got a lot of yeses, more no's than yeses, but I got enough yeses that matter, I dealt with the shipment part of it. We had shipments coming from China, from Lebanon, from Europe, of course, from London, Paris. Obviously that's still Europe, but I want to be more specific. We had some US brands, had some shipments from New York, but all in all, I probably spent like, I don't know, maybe like around like $2,500 to $3,000 on shipping costs alone to get things here on time. I had to do a few custom payments, which are really frustrating because you're not supposed to get taxed for samples, but if something's not marked properly, it can get stopped by customs and you have to do this whole thing. So like you have to pay the customs tax and then you have to submit a claim to get reimbursed. So shipping as a stylist is honestly the most time consuming and one of the most painstaking portions of my job. And I am not even kidding you. I am on the phone with UPS every single day, tracking my package. Why is it lost? I had a package. It's so easy to ship from London to LA. All the time, I do it. For some reason, this one package got lost and then they found it, thank goodness. And then on the way back to London, when I was returning it, that same package got lost. I'm still, that package is still under investigation, so hopefully it turns up, but it was just so weird to me that the same package got lost on both routes. That's kind of unusual. So yeah, if you wanna be a stylist, prepare to be BFFs with all of the shipping carriers. I have their phone numbers, I give them gifts, I give them Thanksgiving bonuses, I do all the things so that when I get on the phone, I get directly to a person and I don't have to wait online or wait on hold trying to find a shipment. Okay, I'm venting. So once I physically get the items here, I have my assistant do a inventory check. So she's gonna inspect the garments to make sure that there's no damage to it. If there is damage to it, we notate it and I inform the designer or the showroom about it. She will log the inventory and then she will merchandise the racks. And then I need to assemble the looks by myself. Like I just get in the creative zone. I want to listen to the right music. I want to be by myself while I do that. And so that's where I get really creative, and I put the different looks together. I accessorize, I photograph them, I sleep on it. And then normally the next day it's the fitting. So when my client gets here, it's kind of nice because the pressure is off because I did all the work the night before. I don't have to do anything on the spot, and I over prepare. I'm like, I have plan A almost through Z, but not that many because that's too much. But it's really important to really over prepare because this, knock on wood, has never happened to me in my 11 years. But if a client goes to me, well, what else do you have? Oh my God, that would be like a stab to my heart. But thankfully that's never happened. So just over prepare, do the most so that your clients are really happy. So when Susan was here, I have like an A-team rack, and she tried on everything on that rack, and they were going to the B rack, and the dress that she ended up wearing was the first one on the B rack. And it was the last dress that she tried on. And we had a lot of really great options. Like I was in love with 2 others that I felt were like perfect for her. But then she put on this one dress by a designer called DeLong, and that was it. It just felt so authentic to who she is as a person and her brand as an R&B singer. And I was like, yeah, we got to shelf the other ones that we fell in love with. This is the one we have to go with. She agreed, her best friend agreed, we were all on the same page. So it was such a really great ending to an already amazing fitting. So then once we have the look locked in, I let the designer know that it's slated to be worn for the Grammys, same with shoes and accessories. I keep 2 backup options just in case. I never show up to the day of an event with 1 look. That's kind of crazy. Everything else has to get shipped back. So my assistant gets to facilitate that checkout process, organizing the shipments, dropping the shipments off, getting a drop-off receipt, tracking the shipment return, all of the nitty-gritty parts of that's being a stylist that's not glamorous, which is 80% of my job is not glamorous, I would say. So now let's talk about the day of the Grammys. I have everything packed the night before, and I show up about 30 minutes early. I want to make sure that I don't get lost or there's traffic or what have you, because it's the Grammys. There's a lot going on that day. And so I'm really up there with my client, with Susan, with hair and makeup, with the photographer, and the stylist is really the centerpiece of the whole crew at the end of the day, because I have to communicate to the hair and makeup, like, okay, this is kind of the vibe we're going for, and really honestly be there for my client. It's a really big day for her. She probably has a lot of nerves going on, so I'm there to really just like center her, let her know to like take a pause, take a beat, really appreciate the moment, how she should pose on the red carpet, just be there for moral support for her at the end of the day, and then just make sure that she looks perfect for the pictures. I walk her to the carpet, she's off and running, she's good to go. I just hang tight. I'm literally there until the very, very end, making sure everything is perfect for her, getting all the clothes and the shoes and the jewelry back, getting her changed into her after hours outfit, and then she's off and running and good to go. I just wanted to share with you a little bit about the behind the scenes of how a stylist does their job for such a big event, because I feel like people don't really talk about that. And I think if you want to be a stylist, you have to truly be relentless, because there's a lot of competition out there to get A-list looks, and you really need to rely on your relationships and also treat these clothes like gold. They are someone else's property and you need to respect them, and the better that you treat them, the better condition that you send them back, the stronger your relationships gets. And I think that's why people love working with me, because I treat their clothes like they're my clothes, and I send them back better than how they came to me. So it's a little insight into me styling a Grammy artist. I'm so excited. It was such a great moment, and it was a great start to 2024. And very, very happy for Susan Carroll. Love her so much. I have nothing but love for her. So now let's move on to skincare. Let's talk about 5 common mistakes and how to fix them. So with skincare, we do so much to help ourselves and to like do all the things for our skin to make it lighter and brighter and glowing and hydrated and all of these things. But Sometimes it's the small day-to-day activities that are the most impactful to our skin long term. So I wanted to cover 5 very common mistakes that almost everybody does and how to fix them. The first thing is how you sleep. It's best to sleep on your back because if you're a side sleeper or you sleep on your stomach, you're gonna create wrinkles. Because like, think about it. You're sleeping for a minimum of 8 hours. I sleep for 4, but most people get 8 hours of sleep a night. And if you're sleeping in one position on your side or on your stomach for 8 hours, it's that fold on your eye or on your décolleté, it's just sitting there for 8 hours. So it really, over time, creates these permanent, deep folds on your body and on your skin. So it's really best to sleep on your back. If that's not anything that's natural to you, you're gonna kind of have to warm up to that and make it into a habit. But long term, it's gonna be really beneficial to just sleep on your back instead of on your side. So that's number 1, is how you sleep really impacts how you're gonna get wrinkles in the future. Another common mistake is what type of SPF to use, if you want to use a chemical SPF or mineral SPF. And I really feel like that comes down to if you have oily skin or if you have dry skin. If you have oily skin, it's probably better to use a mineral makeup because the mineral will naturally absorb the excess oil on your skin. And if you have drier skin, it's better to use a chemical SPF because it's more of a lotion consistency and can give you that little boost or illusion of boost of a hydration on your skin. Another common mistake is exfoliating. A lot of people think, oh yeah, I can just exfoliate my face once a week and I'll be fine. But in essence, you really should be exfoliating every day. I think you should exfoliate your face at least 3 times a week, not Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, but like Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or just have a day break in between. And then do exfoliate your body every single day when you're in the shower. I would use a loofah or like one of those hand gloves that you see like at a drugstore and put an exfoliant on it and just exfoliate your body. You have so many, like thousands and thousands of cell turnover every single day, and it's just good to slough off that skin. And an exfoliant is really important to your skincare routine and should be done every day instead of like once in a blue moon. So another common mistake that people make is how to layer on products. And my advice is to do thinnest to thickest. So in the morning, for example, I'll put on a serum. I'll wait a couple minutes and then do an eye serum on top of that. And then in the evening, I'll do a serum, wait a few minutes, put on my evening moisturizer. I would wait like 2 to 3 minutes, like I brush my teeth. And then the last thing that I use is an eye serum. I want the products to be absorbed deep into my skin and not just be stacked on top of each other. So it's important that you allow the products to get absorbed by your skin so that you're truly getting the benefits of those products and they're not just pancaked on top of each other. Now, the last mistake, I don't know if it's like a super common problem, but at the end of the day, I do see a lot of people like not washing their face properly, and my esthetician also communicated that to me too. And a lot of people think that you need to be really vigorous in the morning to like wake your skin up, but in the morning you really should just use warm water and then a cleansing mist to sanitize your face, and then that's it. Where in the evening, it's best to use like a foaming cleanser because the foaming cleanser will help to draw out the dirt and impurities that your skin collects throughout the day. So just don't overthink it in the morning and use a foaming cleanser at night and keep it really simple. So that wraps up the 5 common skincare mistakes that people make and how to fix them. The first one is sleeping on your back will have less wrinkles. You want to layer on your products from thinnest to thickest. You want to choose a SPF that's either chemical or mineral, depending on your skin type. You want to use really nothing in the morning for a cleanser, just warm water, and then use a foaming cleanser at night. And you want to exfoliate every single day. So just some little tips I wanted to share with you. Let me know how they work for you on commenting below. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I will see you on the next one.